What is up, everyone, and welcome back to what might be, what is more than likely, the final recording session for Cartagra. In the previous recording session, I finished my first blind run of the game, got the Hatsune ending, which apparently is the only other good ending outside of the normal and true endings of the game. Apparently, I really lucked out and managed to get the one other good ending, so I'll take that. But yeah, all we have left right now, other than like, I could go down all the various routes and see all the juicy sex scenes, but obviously there's no point doing that for a Let's Play where I don't show any of that. Yeah, all that's left now is to get the normal ending on Cosmo's route and then follow it up with the true ending, similar to how we do it in Kata no Shoujo. I'm guessing this is going to be a reoccurring thing that Innocent Grey does, but yeah. Without further ado, I got my guide pulled up, and I will cut to whenever something new is happening. So until then. Alright, we got ourselves a new scene here. So this is like the second or third day in. I decided to forego taking a bath, so instead of Rin stroking us off in the bath tonight, instead Hatsune has appeared, and I guess we're gonna spend some time with Hatsune, because why not? I wonder what she wants. And taking care not to be seen by others, Hatsune leads me to a room at the end of the hallway. Huh?
Shugo-sama.
Hatsune's embarrassed voice echoes around the room. You can't fool me. I've already seen the Hatsune sex scene. I know she would not be this calm saying that. You can't fool me. No, that's no good. A little easier. Try to wrap your index finger and thumb around. Oh, come on. I lay my rough hand on top of Hatsune's. She's gripping the slender rod with some trepidation. Her cheeks quickly flush crimson. I'll teach you how to write like a pro.
Hi, Shugo-sama.
Ah, hell yeah. Teaching our little homie how to write? I'm about it. Hatsune's hand has a pencil. Slender rod. Yeah, okay, you didn't need to clarify. Just so you know, the slender rod we were talking about is the pencil. She was not stroking him off as she was trying to, write a note. Thank you. I needed that clarification. I guided her through all the letters. Due to her lifelong tendency to fall ill, she was never able to attend school enough to get a good education. I've taken the opportunity to help Hatsune along with her studies. See? Just write them like this. Got it, Hatsune?
Hi, Shugo-sama. Arigatou goza.
She stops midway with a confused look on her face. Her cute little nose twitches. Something wrong, Hatsune?
Yeah.
It's because we smell like shit, because we didn't take a bath. Though her brow is furrowed, Hatsune does her best to put on a gallant smile. I'll deal with it. Whoa, deal with what? Your stank ass. Now I'm really concerned, but I get the feeling that saying anything here will shatter her endurance. I'll just man up and keep my mouth shut. At any rate, I'd better start making bathing part of my daily routine. Alrighty, let's call it a night.
Shugo-sama, sumimasen. Kyou mo konna osoku made. Arigatou gozaimashita.
That's not a problem. We love helping out the homies. Would have much rather gotten the handy from Rin in the bath, not gonna lie. Because not only do I get a handy from Rin in that situation, but also I'm a lot more clean because I was in the bath. But we'll take what we can get.
でも、せっかく指導してくださったのに、初音、今日も全然進まないで。
Nah, that's not true. I lay my hand on Hatsune's head. It serves as a comforting pat as well as a way to tell her good work. Oh, come on, that's adorable. Oh, that's adorable. Come on, that's so cute. I can't. I just want to sit here and look at that face. It's too cute. It's too cute. What the fuck? That's not fair. Why'd you have to make her so damn cute? Compared to when you first started, you've made great progress. Well, since you're up this late every day working at it, if you take it seriously, you'll be reading and writing in no time.
本当ですか？
I guarantee it. Give it your all from now on, Hatsune. I'll help you out to the best of my abilities.
はい、シュウゴ様、よろしくお願いします。
Hell yeah. Her eyes sparkle brightly as she expresses her gratitude. Okay, fine, that might have been worth it, alright? It's no hand job from Rin, but the very cute Hatsune smile, like, that's pretty stellar, I'm not gonna lie, alright? Anyway, until there's something new. Alrighty, so this is sometime later. This is after Rin's death. This is after the whole church moment, after the crazy nun lady, killed Rin, severely injured Shugo. Instead of taking a bath with Hatsune, we took a bath with the Madam, and there was some spicy content that followed there. Otherwise, things have been playing out pretty normally, but this time, when we go to the school later and Nana introduces us to her friend Ayasaki, the name's right in front of me, the blonde girl who Nana did some kink shit with. Apparently this time, Shugo just ties Nana up and throws her back into the school. Just pulls a rope out of nowhere, just ties her up and tosses her away. And we've made plans with Ayasaki now. Oh, that's right, because before we had plans with Hatsune, didn't we? That's who we had plans with, that's right. Because we had made plans with Hatsune to, like, go shopping with her. That's what had originally happened. But now that's not happening because I haven't made any pro-Hatsune choices. Okay, so yeah, now we're having a little excursion with Ayasaki. What was her first name? Takako? Yeah, Takako, there it is. Push my way through the crowd where Takako is. I'm about 10 minutes late, but she doesn't seem to mind.
シュウゴ様、おはようございます。
A polite greeting. She bows deeply, causing her golden hair to flow down her back and glitter in the sun. Right.
シュウゴ様、どうされましたの？
She looks at me curiously as I space out. Nothing. I shake my head quickly. Not only is she Nana's friend, but there's also quite an age gap between us. It's not the time to be getting smitten with her.
まあ、
Takako cocks her head at me quizzically. When I see that innocent-looking face of hers, I'm able to forget all the gloomy stuff that's been stressing me out these last few days. Come to think of it, I haven't gotten any proper rest lately. Dealing with the murders and my work have been eating up all my time. I guess taking days off like this once in a while isn't so bad. Shall we get going, Ayasaki-san? My voice so full of cheer that it surprises even myself. Where to? I asked Takako, who was walking next to me. Classic thing to do in this type of situation would be go shopping at a department store.
シュウゴ様、
Yes?
昔のように気兼ねなくお話ししてほしいですもん。
How did we talk back in the day? She stares up into my face. Back in the day, she says. Yeah, you're right. A grin slips onto my face as I reminisce about days long past. I was completely at ease back then with a much younger Takako. Things are a bit awkward because I haven't seen Takako in a while. She's matured and blossomed into a beautiful girl during that time. I've been acting unnecessarily reserved. I used to call you Takako-chan, right? I'm trying to remember how I'd addressed her back then.
はい、シュウゴ様。
She smiles that innocent smile of hers and leaps to my arms. Whoa. Whoa there. Flustered, I wrap my arms around Takako's slender body.
こうしてシュウゴ様と一緒に歩くのが私の夢でしたの。今日はよろしくお願いしますね。
Me too, Takako-chan. I feel strangely at peace when I see her smile. It hasn't changed one bit during all these years. By the way, is your grandfather doing well, Takako-chan? Your grandfather's name is Ayasaki Konosuke. We became good friends when I was working on that case in Izumo. Despite his situation, he was a friendly guy. I really owe him a lot for the kindness he showed me. The rest of the Ayasaki family treated us cops with great suspicion. Konosuke was the sole exception.
いえ。
Oh no. Huh? Did something happen?
はい。
Her expression clouds over.
病気の方が思わしくないのです。 この冬を越せるかどうかというのがお医者様のお話ですの。
Oh. Guess even that tough old geezer can't win out against the onslaught of time. Must have heard a lot for Takako. Old man Konosuke really doted on her. I'm not really sure what to say.
学業がなければ私もおじい様のそばについていたいのですが。
Takako looks like she has more to say, but she stops and looks down at the ground. Takako-chan?
いえ。
Takako looks back up and shakes her head. How awkward. I'm sure there's something else she wants to tell me. There's no way I can just force that out of her, so all I can do is just sit here quietly sipping my coffee. It's already past noon by the time we leave Milk Hall. Ah, right. Try to sound cheerful, making an effort to clear away the pall I had cast on our conversation by bringing up Takako's grandfather. Takako-chan, do you enjoy going to the theater?
はい。
Pull out Kazuna's tickets from my pocket. Actually, a production my friend's starring in starts at 3 p.m. Do you want to go watch? Today is apparently their opening day. A friend I was supposed to go with couldn't make it. Takako's eyes light up.
シュウゴ様、もしかしてそれは国際劇場の
I
ロ
suppose
ミオ
so.
とジュリエットなんですの？
Huh? Yeah, I think so.
ぜひ連れて行ってほしいです。
Well, alrighty then.
全然チケットが手に入らなくて、今回は諦めようと思っていたんですの。
Takako's completely enthused. Wow. Didn't know they were so popular. Well done, Kazuna. Almost as though I've stepped into another world. Yeah, I've seen a good bit of that. Okay, we're still gonna have to see it anyway. I'm somewhat overwhelmed by the whole experience. This is the lobby of the International Theater, which is holding Kazuna's production. I idly take a seat on one of the sofas nearby.
シュウゴ様、ごめんなさい。
Takako returns to me after being besieged by people who wanted to say hello to her in the lobby. No, not at all. I'm surprised you're so well known. Those gentlemen were acquainted with her father. They'd grabbed her for a chat and she hadn't had an opportunity to slip away. My words caused Takako to frown.
でも、お父様の話ばかりで退屈でしたの。
Ah, I see. I take a look at the crowd while I'm waiting in the lobby. They probably want to get into the famous Ayasaki family's good graces through Takako, whom they conveniently happen to bump into tonight. Must be a pain for her to deal with those types of people all the time, even when she's out having fun. I mean, you don't really look that bored to me. It's admirable how you're able to gut it out like that. You've actually looked almost congenial as I watched them talk.
はい、いつものことですの。
But that's... makes me kind of depressed to hear her say that so casually. Even though she appears young and carefree, Takako is a daughter of the Ayasaki family. Their values are probably deeply ingrained in her. Maybe it would have been better to come at another time. There are a lot of uninvited guests here today since it's opening day. It's probably why there are so many of her father's acquaintances here as well. I really feel bad for her. Came all this way to enjoy ourselves, and yet here she is getting pestered by those people.
いいえ、シュウゴ様と一緒なら平気ですの。
Takako-chan. Just seeing that innocent smile of hers makes my heart ache.
シュウゴ様、そろそろですわ。
Let's go. Oh, alright. We follow the usher's directions to head for our seats.
ああ、ロミオさん、なぜロミオ様であなたのお父様を、それとも、それがお嫌な、さすれば、私も、今を限り、キャピュレットの名を捨ててみせますわ。
まあ。
皆さん、どうも、ありがとうございました。
Come on. Whoa, Takako, ease up. Looking a little flustered there, homegirl. I know you did some freak shit with Nana, so I'm kind of like, hey, you've been eyeballing Kazuna, huh? Ever since the final curtain fell, Takako has been looking somewhat dejected. Oh, that's well, the way she's blushing, I think it's a bit more than dejection.
シュウゴ様、お友達というのは、ジュリエットの方ですか？
She's thinking, oh, what kind of friend is she? And yeah, no, she's that kind of friend. I'm sorry, Takako. Oh, you mean Kazuna? A friend and a client. She hired me for a job.
そうですの。
Takako seems really spaced out for some reason. She comes from a well-off family. Normally she's got a few screws loose. Wouldn't be able to tell she's an actress at all. Honestly, I was amazed to see how much she transformed when she was up on stage.
両家のお嬢様
Yeah, I guess you two are similar in that respect. Her family's pretty strict as well, so they were strongly opposed to her pursuing a career in theater.
それなのにお芝居の許可を
I don't think that she actually did. She kinda ran away from home.
お芝居にはそれほどの魅力があるのでしょうか
For some people.
ご両親の反対を振り切るほ
Oh,
ど
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how shitty your parents are. Because, I mean, in that case, there's plenty of things worth rejecting your parents over. But, you know. Anyway. Well, I'm not her, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, it's all subjective. But the thing is, staying on that stage has been Kazuna's dream ever since she was little. She won't give up on that easily.
そうですの
Takako suddenly falls silent. Are you okay, Takako-chan? She's completely zoned out. I wave my hand around in front of her face.
シュウゴ様
Ah! She immediately seizes my hand. Takako-chan, what's the matter? Your seriousness is somewhat troubling.
シュウゴ様聞いてください
No.
実は私この春に
Right at that moment.
これは高城さんご覧になっていただけましたが
The merry voice suddenly cuts off Takako in mid-sentence. Oh no, what were you going to say, Takako? No, I feel bad. Wait, no, I have something to say. You know, something's gonna happen, you know, in my life that's important that I want to share with you. And it's like, man. Oh, Akao-san. The murderer? I still don't trust him. It's Akao, works as the group's artistic director. He pushes his way through the crowd to get over to us.
高城さんいかがでしたか我々としてはかなり満足のいく出来だったのですが
He's flushed with excitement as the production's just finished. Yeah, it was magnificent.
光月さんもいい演技をしていましたね凛々しいというかあの舞台の上での独特の存在感は稀有の才能ですよ
You're certainly right about that.
普段の可愛らしい彼女とのギャップもまた魅力的ですしねいやいや実に高城さんが羨ましい
He chuckles merrily. Huh? What the heck are you talking about?
お付き合いしているんですよね彼女
No, not really. Before I could say more.
違いますの
Whoa, Takako. I don't need you butting in here. Don't make things worse for me, please. I brought you here as a homie, nothing more. Come on, where are you going with this, Takako? Takako suddenly cuts in.
シュウゴ様とお付き合いしているのは
Not true. Not actually not true. Actually wrong. Actually false. Actually what the fuck? Actually who do you think you are? Okay, that one really came out of left field. Takako-chan. She looks over at me completely serious.
ほう
Now he's pissed. He's like, what? You're dating this basic white girl? And clearly she's not white, but you know. Akao turns to her happily.
私の勘違いだったようですねそれでお嬢さんの名前は
綾崎貴子と申しますシュウゴ様には
That's
子供の頃か
also
ら
just
お世話
a
になってい
big
ます
fat lie.
綾崎貴子さんねはいはい
Akao appears to have drawn his own conclusions about the situation. Okay, yeah, homeboy's smart enough to figure it out. Because he's a fucking serial killer. Of course he's able to strategize and figure out what's actually going on behind the scenes. Yeah, I don't trust you.
それにしても活発で素敵なお嬢さんだまったく高城さんも隅に置けませんね
Yeah, I guess. I guess. With Tako's stare clinging onto me, I'm unable to deny his claim. Instead, I can only proffer a vague reply.
それでは光月さんには何の気兼ねなく立候補できるんですね
No?
いや今夜の打ち上げが楽しみだ
You sick son of a bitch. Akao then departs, saying he needs to continue making his rounds and greeting people.
あの
Takako looks up at me timidly.
シュウゴ様ごめんなさい
Takako-chan, why don't you start by explaining what that was all about? Her explanation ends up being quite simple. Her father has arranged a marriage partner for her. Oh, that's what she was saying. That's what she was trying to tell us. The man's an heir to another wealthy family, but the bride and groom haven't even met before. Basically, it's a political marriage. They plan to hold the marriage ceremony next spring after Takako graduates. Uh-huh. And when Shugo was telling him all the stuff about how Kazuna ran away from home to pursue what she was really passionate about, that's what got Takako thinking like, oh, maybe I can break free of this. Aw, I'm sorry, Takako.
私そんなの嫌ですの。
You're gonna have to, though. Her only ally, old man Konosuke, is lying on his deathbed in Izumo right now. Ah, that's why she got really upset about it. Her father's putting all his efforts into finding happiness for his daughter. However, there's probably something else more important than that riding on the forefront of his thoughts. Yeesh. Takako has lived her whole life obeying her father's every word. She never once thought about rebelling, but she just can't stomach this. She's unable to find it in herself to obey. I first met Takako when she was just a little girl. It was the first time someone had treated her as a normal person and ignored the fact that she bore the Ayasaki name.
シュゴ様助けてください。
I'm so sorry, homegirl. I would love to give you the chance. I really would. You definitely deserve to be happy and whatnot. But, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to refuse. I got no choice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And my reply is, I'm sorry, Takako-chan. Takako's expression crumbles. Her eyes begin to fill with tears. I can't help you, Takako-chan.
そんな
I've got my hands full just taking care of myself. I can't do it, Takako-chan. I can see why she's doing this. Despairing at being thrust into a relationship built on politics instead of love, she somehow come to idealize me, a man with whom she only talked a little bit during her childhood. Takako is probably just searching for a way out. I wouldn't mind giving my life to Takako if it meant I could save her. The thought, hypocritical as it is, flashed through my mind for a split second. But I'm really sorry, Takako-chan. At that moment, the face of a different girl surfaces inside my mind.
いえ謝らないでほしいですの。
I mean, I already have, multiple times. Takako flashes me a courageous smile.
シュゴ様困らせてしまってごめんなさい。
A single tear trickles down Takako's smiling face. Man. I return to the Yukishiro after parting ways with Takako.
シュゴ様
I run into Hatsune on the way back to my room.
シュゴ様にお客様が訪ねていらしてつい先ほどまでお待ちになっていたんですが
Ah, sorry about that. Guess I stood her up, huh? Who was it? Toji?
いいえ初めてこちらにいらした方でしぐさ様と名乗られました髪の長くて綺麗な女の方です
Oh, from the, Yeah. Is that, I'm guessing that's the woman from the cult. There we go. Why could I not think of the word cult? Because we told them where we lived, right? The woman with long hair, she came to like verify like whether we're actually serious about joining this cult and infiltrating. No doubt about it. It was definitely Shigusa Tokiko. Hatsune, did you say anything?
はいシュゴ様にこれを渡すようにと
Hatsune's clutching a small envelope in her hand. Right, thanks. I snatch the letter out of Hatsune's grasp and whirl around. Might be an invitation from Senri. I need to hurry back to my room and check it out.
シュゴ様
However, I stop in my tracks as Hatsune shouts my name loudly from behind.
女の方は一体
Don't worry, she's just my new cult leader. Don't worry about it. Hey! Telling her the whole story would take too long. Besides, I don't want Hatsune getting involved in this. Just a friend of mine.
シュゴ様
Hatsune's face remains a mask of anxiety after my response. Just don't worry about it, little homie. Don't worry about it. I slide the door shut after returning to my room. So they finally made their move. Inside the envelope is a scrap of paper with a date, time, and some details. Okay, okay. So is this where, like, the previous ending left off then? Like, we got home after the play. I remember that much. And then, like... Right, because we had spent the day with Hatsune. We took her shopping, then we saw the play with her. And then when we got back, she wanted Shugo to be her first time, right? And then, you know, after that, it was just all like, yeah, I want to marry Hatsune and take her away from the brothel. So now we're on a completely new track here. Okay. Just trying to make sure I know exactly where I'm at now. You've received permission to meet Her Holiness. Please come to us tomorrow at noon. It's signed Shigusa Tokiko. Well, that came sooner than expected. Is this mere coincidence, or are they planning something? There's no way for me to know. The Holy Prophet. Well, I wonder what kind of fraud she'll turn out to be. Alrighty. Alrighty. Nighttime at Kaio Academy. There's not a soul in sight. Aside from the guards, there's nobody else left on campus. It's been a while since the sun has set.
さて
Despite the emptiness, Takashiro Nana peers carefully around at her surroundings while she approaches the chapel attached to the school. Seeing as how this was where the bizarre murders took place, nobody from the academy even dares venture near here now. That, and it's been blocked off by police investigators. All they do is stare at the building from a distance with a look of horror in their eyes. No surprise, considering what happened. After all, those gory murders occurred underneath the place where they pray every single day. However, those very murders bring joy to Takashiro Nana's heart. Nana crouches down by the chapel's iron door, humming. It's so cold that it feels like her fingertips are going to freeze off. The entrance has been securely locked by the Ueno police. Nana pulls out a homemade lockpick from her uniform pocket and grins in satisfaction. What the hell do they take her for? Nana's picked hundreds of locks just like this. With an unpleasant rasping sound, the rusted door swings open. It's pitch black inside. She can't see a thing. However, this place is familiar to Nana, a student of Kaio Academy. She walks straight ahead in the darkness, heading for the altar in the rear. After checking that there's nobody else around, she lights the candles. A faint glow illuminates the altar. Since the person tending to the chapel is now gone, the entire place is filled with dust. Nana senses an unpleasant rotten odor emanating out from the cellar. Ever since the news of the murders broke, the interior of the chapel has been filled to the brim with policemen. However, today they finally withdrew. Nana can now search the place to her heart's content. It's the perfect opportunity to confirm what was bothering her when she was eavesdropping on her brother's conversation with Inspector Arashima.
さて
After muttering that softly, Nana looks around the interior of the building. Where to begin? Looks as though the police have already practically torn apart the cellar, where those tragic murders took place. Even if there are some clues left down there, they've already been destroyed by their heavy-handed methodology. It hardly needs to be said, but the fruits of their labor have probably all been carted away already. Just like in Poe's The Purloined Letter, the police are unparalleled when it comes to work that requires nothing but being simple and straightforward. But those aren't the kind of clues Nana's searching for. She'll search the chapel first, and if she can't find anything, it'll be time to head down to the cellar. Nana walks off to making a simple plan. To her surprise, she finds something much sooner than she had expected.
おや
Deep behind the dusty altar, beside the pedestal where a small statue of the Virgin Mary stands, she finds a spot that piques her curiosity. There's a portion where the layer of dust piled up is slightly thinner. Such a minute difference that it probably would have escaped her notice if she had come in the daytime when it's brighter.
これはこれは
Nana purses her lips, then reaches for the pedestal. She immediately encounters a small protuberance with her fingertips. She gives it a tug. The side of the pedestal swings open with a soft click. Looks like there's a small drawer built into it. She sticks her fingers into the drawer and searches around carefully. And she finds a metal pendant with a strange engraving on it. Realization dawns upon Nana. There wasn't anything hidden to begin with. Nana smiles happily as she looks at the metal engraving. That woman put it here because this is where she would come to worship every single day. And that being the case...
なかなか面白いことになってきたじゃないか
Oh ho ho. I see.
旦那、今朝はいいアサリが入りましてね。深川飯にしてみたんですよ。たくさん作っちまったんで、おかわりも遠慮なく言ってくださいね。
Madam, you really didn't have to. I feel really bad having the madam prepare meals like this for me every single day.
おやおや、旦那。そんな無理を言っちゃダメですよ。まだ包帯も取れていないんだから。
I can at least take care of the eating part on my own. I do that when I'm out, anyhow.
そりゃ困りましたね。
What makes you say that?
習慣って言うんですかね。最近では朝一番に旦那の顔を見ないと調子が出ないんですよ。
Oh, you're making me feel so special. Shit. She lets out a hearty chuckle.
そういうことなんで、旦那が気にすることはありませんよ。
Madam, even though she's joking around, her words are proof that she really does care about me.
はい、何ですか？
Might as well just give in obediently to her kindness. Man, this Hukagawa Meishi's top notch. Could I get another bowl, please?
いいね、旦那、そうこなくっちゃ。すぐに持ってきますから、待っていてくださいよ。
Hell yeah. After breakfast. Normally the madam would have returned back to work at this point, but for some reason today she stands there with a serious expression on her face. Madam?
ところで旦那、先日頼まれた依頼のことで
yes,
お話ししたいことが。
I honestly don't remember what the task was. I remember I paid for the task with pipe, but I honestly don't remember what I asked you to do. Because last time around, we were here, I asked you to do something, and then I piped Hatsune and decided, yeah, no, none of this is worth it. I'm just gonna go away. So, what was the task I requested of you the other day? I'm sure I asked her to look into something, but I don't know what that something was. She leans in, her voice hushed. Right. The facts regarding the accident 10 years ago that Kosuke Keiichiro is hiding from me. Ah. Did you find out anything?
そうですね。分かったといえばそうかもしれませんが、使いにやった人間の話じゃ、地元の連中はみんな口が固くて難儀したという話ですから。
I'm surprised by the madam's vague response, which means that...
つきもの筋という言葉をご存知ですか？
Oh?
高城様、お待ちしておりました。
Right. The appointed hour has finally arrived. I'm shown into a room in the main temple by Shigisa Tokiko, who's dressed in a shrine maiden outfit. She makes me sit down in the center and wait. The smell of incense is suffocating. The room itself is about 20 tatami mats in size. I'm so nervous I can hardly draw a breath. I can feel my skin crawl. This cult sure gives me the creeps. Well, it is a cult, so I would hope so. I would be really worried if you're like, you know what, this cult makes me feel right at home. I love being here. Like, Shugo, you're getting too deep into your cover. Shigasa Tokiko sits right next to me, silent and immobile. The entire inner sanctuary is eerily silent. Unable to take the silence any longer, I start to ask her a question. When will Her Holiness arrive?
言葉を慎んでください。巫女様はすべてをご覧になっています。
She stares straight ahead. Following her line of sight, I see a thick bamboo screen with the seal of Senri carved in on it. I focus my vision on it and... there's the faint outline of a person beyond that bamboo screen. Wait, so that's... I can feel a powerful presence behind it. Where the hell did she appear? Or maybe I didn't even notice. And suddenly...
高城、シューゴ様。
a voice rings out from beyond the bamboo screen. That thin, hoarse voice leaves me with a sense of wonderment. Right. The Holy Prophet's a woman. Yes. I prostrate myself on the ground and wait for her next
あ
words.
なたは何がお望みで当教団の門を叩いたのでしょうか？
Whose voice is this? This sounds familiar. Whose voice is this? Well, I learned of the doctrines Her Holiness preached, and I was really impressed. It's not like she actually knows why I'm here, so I just make up something that sounds appropriate. But then...
それは偽りです。
damn. She cuts me off mid-sentence. Huh?
あなたの心に信仰の光は見えません。何がお望みで 当教団の
No,
門を叩いた
I'm
のでしょう。
totally hyped about this cult. You gotta believe me. Wait, you got it all wrong. My words trail off. The light of a believer? I don't believe any of the bullshit she's saying, but I can't change the fact she's suspicious about who I really am. I can feel her powerful presence wavering. I need to be careful about what I say next. Guess I can't keep piling on these silly lies. I expect to know less from Her Holiness. Your keen insight is most impressive. Actually, you know those prophecies that are going around. I'd like to borrow that power of yours if possible.
高城様、
Tokyo's piercing shout cuts me off.
当教団は純粋に信仰を求めてそのような風聞に惑わされ怪しげなまじない師と混同されては迷惑です。
Shigisa Tokyo gets up and stands right in front of me, glaring down at me with those bottomless dark eyes of hers. What? No fortune for me? That's not what I was led to believe. Tried to bluff my way out despite the intense pressure coming from her gaze. So the rumors about her supernatural powers were just a bunch of nonsense, huh? However, Tokyo is unruffled by my words.
お引き取りください、高城様。
Her cool facade doesn't change. After glaring at each other for a few minutes, nothing changes. Ugh. So I'm about to give up and rise to
お
leave.
待ちください。構いません。高城修吾様。あなたの願いをおっしゃってください。
That thin, hoarse voice issues out once again from behind the screen.
巫女様？
From the way she spins around in panic, I can see that Tokiko wasn't expecting that either. But at any rate, this is a great chance. The truth is, I'm searching for somebody.
はい。
Her voice is thin, but at the same time, it's gentle and soothing. The image I have of her as some kind of half-crazed priestess gradually begins to fade. A girl by the name of Hyo. Pull out Yoda's photograph from my pocket. There's a chance she may be one of my old friends, Kosuke Yoda. And
光月。ゆら。
yeah, I'm guessing that's the woman behind the screen. The voice from behind the bamboo screen quavers. There's rumor that the woman named Hyo was a regular of this faith.
巫女様、答える必要はありません。予言は信仰を持つ者たちのものです。
Shut up! This is between me and Her Holiness. I see how it is. That's how you extort exorbitant amounts of cash from your followers, huh? Come to think of it, your faith even used those bizarre serial murders that took place in Ueno as a means to publicize itself. My provocation produces an unexpected response.
上野の猟奇事件。それは。
I hear her voice tremble. Ooh. Oh, you didn't know, Your Holiness. It's the talk of the town around Ueno. The fact that you prophesized those bizarre murders. In fact, you're pretty good at what you do.
高城様、
Tokiko whips around to address me, her voice suddenly cold.
それ以上は教団への侮蔑と受け取りますが。
Oh, will I? Whoa, scary. I hear surreptitious, there we go, footsteps echo behind my back. I look around to find men dressed like priests surrounding the entrance, their faces expressionless masks. Going to resort to brute force to get me out of here. I explicitly state the obvious, hoping to avoid any sort of misunderstanding.
乱暴はいたしません。ただ、早急にお引き取りいただくだけです。
She nods from behind me. Damn it. My wounds still haven't healed yet either. However,
その女は死んでいます。
the very air itself appears to freeze for a split second. Everyone inside stops moving.
土の中で腐っていく。諦めなさい。あなたが求めている女は
Are you sure she's not behind the bamboo
こ
screen?
の世にはおりません。
巫女様！
Shigusa Tokiko interjects frantically.
トキコ、手荒な真似はいりません。高城様もこれで満足されたでしょうから。
I'm not, but... High noon, in front of Ueno Station. After I leave Senri's headquarters, I don't exactly feel like going straight back to the Ikishiro. Instead, I wander around in the crowd in front of the station to ponder things over. The breeze has stopped, and gentle sunshine shines out through a gap in the clouds. However, a dark shadow lies over my heart, the product of what happened moments earlier.
その女は死んでいます。
Kosuke Yura is dead? It's not in the metaphorical sense like Kosuke Keiichiro said to me earlier. Yura's actually dead. The moment it was said, the confused expression on Shigasa Tokiko's face piqued my curiosity. That expression belies the fact that there was some element of truth in Her Holiness's words, that they weren't just a random lie. And if that's the case, what on earth is happening inside that cult? A woman who visited the cult died. An accident during training, internal strife, abuse from one of the leaders. Hell, there are a million different scenarios I can come up with. Well then. There's another matter that requires thinking about. The accident 10 years ago involving Yura. The information I got from the madam this morning is full of holes. The fact that involves the wealthy, influential Koski family must have something to do with that. All the townspeople have clammed up. Her informant couldn't get anything other than bits and pieces of various rumors. I guess I've got to pay another visit to the Koski family. That makes me pause and think. Even if I visit them again, that arrogant bastard Keiichiro will probably just give me the runaround. Kinda rubs me the wrong way just thinking about it, but I guess it might be good if I bring someone along to help. Oh. Ah. Keiichiro had hidden the real goal of my investigation from Kazuna. After hearing all the rumors about the Koski family, the madam had collected for me, I get the feeling Keiichiro is hiding a whole lot more. Alright. I'll get Kazuna to come with me to Zishi. Though Keiichiro's reaction upon seeing Kazuna may have the opposite effect. But the fact still remains, if I go alone, I doubt I'll get anything new out of him. I ring up Kazuna's home on the telephone. Luckily for me, Kazuna hasn't gone out anywhere. Apparently she's still sleeping in her room.
女子の実家に行くんですね。わかりましたです。
Looks like she's still half asleep. Hey, Kazuna. She better not oversleep and miss the train. My anxiety level suddenly jumps up a notch. Yeah, it's either Tokiko or the woman behind the screen. That's the thing, if it were Tokiko... If it were Tokiko, like, wouldn't we recognize her a bit sooner? What's the thing, didn't Kazuna think Tokiko was... I don't know, so, like, I'm guessing she's saying Yura's dead in the sense that no one goes by that name anymore. Because she said that Koski Yura is dead. She didn't say anything about Hyo, right? She said that Koski Yura is dead. So I'm guessing it's in the sense of, like, that person that you knew by that name is no longer here. Now, the actual person who once used that name is probably still kicking, but...
初めてShugoさんとお会いしたとき、こうして一緒に列車に乗ったりしましたね。
Oh, he sure did. Yeah, I guess. In the end, my needless worries are put to rest. Kazuna showed up full of energy, and we got on the train to Zishi. Apparently, Kazuna was still lounging around in her futon past noon because she was tuckered out from the grand premiere of her show. The next show's in 3 days, and she wasn't really sure what to do with all her free time. With that in mind, Kazuna happily accepted my invitation.
でも、あの時は逗子から東京に戻ってきたから、今日の列車とは逆ですけど。ってあれ？そういえば、Shugoさん、昨日の舞台
I
ご覧に
did,
な
and
っ
you
て
didn't
たっ
even
て聞
stop
いた
and
ん
say
ですけ
hi.
ど。
I had to go talk to your artistic director, who's probably a serial killer. Kazuna blushes fiercely as she poses the question. It was magnificent. Honestly, it changed how I look at you. I think I'm beginning to understand why you try so hard now. And that's my honest opinion.
本当ですか？本当でよかったですか？
Come on, why would I lie to you? I throw on a wry grin as I think back on yesterday's performance. It was simply dazzling. It was a world I was completely disconnected from. When I saw her sparkling up on stage, I felt the tiniest bit jealous. She was full of passion, intently chasing her dream. The production was the result of those feelings. Kazuna, standing majestically upon that stage. Kazuna, bowing to the applause of a packed theater. When I think back on Kazuna's performance, I can feel admiration rising within.
よかった。
She smiles at me happily. What, not gonna deny it today? Normally you'd say something like, oh no, I'm absolutely horrible.
はい？私、いつもそんなこと言ってるんですか？
Well, I've heard it a bunch of times at least.
それはなんていうか、お恥ずかしいところをお見せしてしまって。
She waves her arms and legs around frantically, spewing a stream of nonsense. I guess Kazuna's never realized it herself.
でも違うんです。今回の舞台は共演者の方々やスタッフの皆さんもすっごく力が入っていたんで、私も頑張らないとダメだって思ってたし、だからShugoさんに良かったって言われて、なんだか かなりほっとしました。
I see. With the production being the success that it was, I'm sure the amount of money and people involved were off the charts. As carefree as Kazna might look, there's no doubt she feels the enormous pressure of the expectations people place on her. There's no way I could even begin to fathom how the crushing weight of all that pressure must feel. You did a great job. I think your passion was conveyed to all the people watching.
そんな、
Kazna giggles and scratches her head.
なんか照れてしまいます。昨日の打ち上げでも皆さんすっごく褒めてくれて、まるで一日で世界が変わったみたいな。
She strikes a shy smile. But... opening? The word suddenly makes a rather unpleasant memory surface in my head. Come to think of it, Kazna, who's the artistic director you were getting along really well with?
もしかして赤尾先生のことですか？
Oh, was that his name?
そんな、仲良しなんてもったいないですよ。赤尾先生のような立派な方が私なんかと。
He did seem rather interested in you, Kazna. In his case, I think I'd call it being overly familiar.
本当ですか？そういえば赤尾先生、打ち上げの時も私の演技をすごく褒めてくれましたっけ？はあ、嬉しいですね。
I feel a surge of mixed feelings welling up within me when I see how innocently overjoyed she is. Wow, is this Akao-san really that distinguished?
それはもう大変な方です。本業はすごい芸術家の方で、絵画とか造形とか分野を超えて幅広く活躍中なんです。何回も有名な舞台の美術監督を務めたりして、うちの劇団にもファンが多いですし、実際に世間の評判もすごく高くて。
Wow, I see. This man's almost like a creature from a different world. I can kind of understand why Kazna's getting so worked up about him now.
あれ、シュウゴさん？なんだかムスッとされてますけど。
Damn, I wonder why. Nah. I allowed myself a derisive chuckle. I was just thinking that you'd be on even ground compared to a famous guy like that. Although it does make me feel kind of miserable to think that.
シュウゴさん？
I'd expected Kazna to be overjoyed and scream, "Oh my god, seriously?" or something to that effect. However...
赤尾先生は素敵な方ですけど、でも私の隣にい
Aw,
て
you're
ほしい
such a
人は
sweetheart.
別にいますから。
Huh?
私ついうっかり。
I love this dork.
違うんです。なんでもないんです。いやー、今夜も冷えますですね。
Right. Ha ha ha. I can feel my cheeks getting hot for some reason. We both end up looking downward in embarrassment. No, y'all are too cute.